Welcome back, Chronics. How is everyone doing today? Totally kidding. I realize most of you feel like crap, as do I. The left side of my body is bothering me today. I'm totally hazy, and I'm probably going to take a nap after this. So we'll start with one singular sensation. I was fine until I was one, but then after that, I got sick all the time. I probably caught any cold that was in a mile radius of me, it seems. My mom says I was sick about once a month, and it would go canker sores, stuffy nose, fever, sinus infection, antibiotics. Rinse and repeat. Not only did they really not work, but now I have a tolerance against certain antibiotics. My sinuses weren't draining because of the high palate. I have also because I had a deviated septum that no one knew about. Other kids got sick, but I seem to get sick way more often. Probably had to do with maybe a weaker immune system. I was the second person in my first grade class to get chicken pox. And then, all the mothers had a conversation about how many chicken pox each kid had. I won, hands down. I had puffy eyes, and I looked tired all the time, and people would say,
I need to ask you a serious question. Has it gotten worse, or are you just not wearing any makeup?
not actually, because I was only 10 and I wasn't allowed to wear makeup till I was 13, but the point is, I look like The Walking Dead. I had a lot of energy, which leads us to, I would say, the first sign of my ADHD. ADHD wasn't a thing back in the 80s, so I was just a super hyper child that didn't pay attention. Funny story, before I went into kindergarten, we had to have our hearing and our eyes tested to go to school. And they gave me a hearing test and did the test, whatnot, walks out to my mom and says, listen, she needs hearing aids. She's not hearing correctly. And my mom was like, I don't know about that. I think she can hear. I just don't think she's listening. So why don't you go back in, make sure she's dialed in, paying attention, see what happens. Well, I passed with flying colors. I could hear, things that only dogs could hear, just as long as I was paying attention. I would say at that age in my life, I was a combination of these two things.
I'm sorry, I wasn't listening.
So, because I was sick all the time and I didn't have much of an attention span, my pediatrician thought it would be a good idea to have a psych eval at 5. I went into Boston, into a very reputable hospital for kids. And I don't remember much of it. I remember there was a dollhouse. I remember there being dolls and me being completely uninterested in them. And I really remember the doctor asking me a ton of questions about my mom. Does your mom give you special food? No. Does she maybe make things for you to drink that maybe other people in your family don't drink or that she doesn't drink? No. How is your mom? My mom's awesome. She's the best mom. Seriously, A++. Now, I told my parents all of this, when I got out. We've had conversations as adults. 100% they thought my mother had Munchausen syndrome, which is when a parent or a caretaker makes that person or child sick on purpose for attention, which is just absolutely ludicrous. I didn't think gaslighting could get worse than it was, in the 80s, but we're high achievers here in the United States, so it has happened. But yeah, they basically were like, your mom?
Oh my God, she's crazy!
I'm like, yeah, no, she's not. You are. But it really wasn't until 11 that things got interesting, so come back for that. As always, Chronics, stay strong, don't give up. You are not alone, and your symptoms are very real, and debilitating. I will see you guys next time. Thanks for joining me.